Next, I would like to take a moment and thank Antec for providing three pieces, very important pieces of this new test rig. First up, we have the Edge Series 750 watt power supply. This will be powering our rig. It's an 80 plus gold power supply, fully modular, complete with white LED that is actually switchable to the on or off depending on your preference. Full support for all the latest Intel processors and motherboards. Very silent, as you will see here later in the video. And then next up we have the Antec Kuhler 1250, which we do have a review for already on our website. You can check the link to check that out. This is a 240 millimeter radiator with dual pumps. It is a pretty nice cooler, as you will see in the review. It does have lighting to coincide with the temperature or other profiles via software. It's an all-in-one liquid cooling system. And now, fans, the moment you've been waiting for. We have the final piece of the new testing rig from Antec. It is the P9 window chassis. As you can see, it's a pretty good size case. Does have removable dust filters up front for your 120 millimeter fans. Up here on the top we have quite the I/O. We have 4 USB. These actually are dust protectors, which are handy. So we have 2 USB 3.0, 2 USB. Then we have a fan controller built in with low and high speed and also an off positions if you want to turn them off. You have your power button, your reset button, and LEDs. So let's take a look at the inside.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit more about the inside of this pretty cool case. It is completely toolless. Up here on the optical drives we have toolless mechanisms for easy installation of your Blu-ray drives or your DVD drives. Next we have 2 hard drive cages, holds 4 drives each. They are removable. Pretty nice, good sturdy trays, a little flex, just enough to get your drive in easily. Also has mounting points to support solid state disk. Now as we move along, we have optional space for another 120 millimeter fan. Keep in mind there are already 2 pre-installed up front. Next we have the Edge Series 750 watt Antec power supply. Very awesome power supply, very quiet. Does have an on and off switch for the LED lighting. There is just one color, it is white, but it looks really nice coming out. You can see on the bottom and through the side. They did cut the grill out so that you can see the light. In the back of the case you can see the mesh protectors for the I/O ports for the expansion slots, and then another additional 120 millimeter fan installed in the rear. And then of course you get a really good look at the Antec water block that's in the Kuhler 1250. It is very quiet, as you can see. And here we have installed lots of room for all our cabling. The hoses, plenty of room, no kinks. Moving upwards we can see the radiator itself with 2 120 millimeter fans and dual pumps. Very quiet, very impressed with the noise level of the case, the power supply, and the cooler. As we move towards the top of the chassis, really like this feature. It's spring loaded. We can remove the top, and as you can see it is just mesh so that your fans can breathe. And next you can see how the radiator support, how it's mounted. Looks like we have support for slightly larger radiators as well. You can remove these to install a 360 millimeter size radiator. All in all, this case is pretty good. It's good size, lots of space, lots of room, completely toolless, very quiet. Next, on the back side of the motherboard tray, we see a large cutout here for just about any size bracket for your CPU mounting. Various loops here for cable management. As we look towards the bottom of the rear part of the chassis, we see two solid-state drive mounting. It's pretty nice. You remove these two screws, pop it off, install your drive via the 4 screws. As we go over here, we see 3 pre-installed Velcro straps for cable management. Plenty of room. The thickness here is pretty wide. Lots of room to stuff cables back here and still put your side panel on. And as you can see, it's a really neat job of cable management. Lots of room in this case. It's a really good case, and I thank you once again, Antec, for making this build possible.